Hello everyone, it's Jared from acousticnature.com and welcome back to another episode of Behind the Sounds. In today's episode, we are recording nature sounds in the Linville Gorge wilderness. Welcome to the first recording location on this trip. It is a high elevation pond that is very out of place in an otherwise dry and rocky environment. So this is the side that the trail is on. So I'm going to make my way around and position my mics on the opposite side for camouflage since this is a popular trail. So I'll meet you over there. All right, notice that I am no longer at the mountain pond. The reason being is that I forgot my USB-C cord, which I need for connecting the Zoom F3 to the power supply. So I do have a pair of batteries installed in there, but since they definitely won't last for overnight, I'm just going to be present for all the recordings that I do on this trip and just be extremely intentional and know that my time is literally limited. So I don't think we'll do any recording tonight. It's pretty late. It's 10 after 8. So I'm just gonna make dinner and probably do some photography and then get going to bed so it kind of stinks, but we're gonna roll with it and see what we can make out of this trip. So yeah, see you later. Good morning everyone. I just finished packing up my camp and I was wondering what I was going to focus on today. And I was thinking that with the limited battery that I have, I want to try and record some sounds that I can only find here. And that thing is the wind. The wind is so unique here, and it's because it's so windy near the peaks, and almost all of the trees growing here are pines, and the species are varied. And it creates this really amazing sound that I was able to tune into last night. And that's what I'm hoping to record today. So that's what we're looking for. So I knew we had limited battery today, but I just didn't know how limited that battery life was. And I just got all set up here to record the ambience here of the last of the dawn chorus echoing up from the valley, and also the sound of the Linville River down inside that gorge. And was able to capture about 5 seconds before the battery died. So the rest of the trip all the way down, it's just going to be me and nature, and me observing and enjoying it and sharing some of those scenes with you. No recording. So the plan is to make the most of it, go slow, soak it all in, and then get that USB-C cord from my car and come back up here. All right, everyone, I've made it back to my car and I've gotten the USB-C cord, and the plan now is to eat lunch here and then head back up the mountain. The winds are going to be peaking between 2 to 4 o'clock p.m. It's almost 2 o'clock now, so after I'm done eating, I'm gonna pack up my stuff and head back up there again. All right, everybody, I have trekked back up the mountain, albeit with a much lighter pack. no tent, no food, and also no Lewitt microphones. Each mic weighs about a pound, and the baskets weigh about a pound as well. And the Sound Devices 702 weighs several pounds. So I left all that in my car, and I came up here with just my SASS wired for 24 volts of phantom power, and the Zoom F3. This is the first recording location for capturing some of the wind coming through the pines. As you can see, I'm extremely close to them, and I chose this perspective first for a couple of reasons. Number one, I'm interested how it sounds to be so tucked into the pines themselves, and also I wanted to get out of the sun. It's 86 degrees today, fully sunny, and this way gives me a little bit of shade. So after I've tried recording here for a little bit, I'm going to swing around and record the trees from the front with the ridge and gorge behind me. And then I'm also going to hike up to another location that is more exposed to the wind. So sit back, relax, and listen to the sounds. So I've been recording wind sounds for about 3 hours, just exploring, experimenting with reflections off rocks and in little crevices, and just having a lot of fun. And I just came up with this cool technique. I'm sure I didn't come up with it, but it's the first time I've used it. I've created a sort of sound staff with my tripod and the Zoom F3 mounted on my belt and the power supply in my hip pocket. And it's really a lot of fun just walking around, constantly monitoring, and then just flipping on the record switch whenever I hear something interesting. All right, everyone. After a very long day of going up and down the mountain and recording sounds for 5 hours this afternoon, it is now early evening. As you can see, I'm back at my car. And I just wanted to say that in hindsight, I'm glad that I forgot my USB-C cable last night, because if that didn't happen, I would not have discovered the sound staff technique. And I really enjoyed that. I think it really helped me to not only tune into the landscape, but since I was constantly monitoring as I was walking around, it allowed me to pick up and record sounds that I probably wouldn't have otherwise. So I'm really glad that I learned that technique. I'll definitely be using it in the future. And yeah, after 5 hours of recording and going up and down the mountain twice in one day, I am pretty exhausted, and that is going to do it for this trip of the Linville Gorge Wilderness. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.